I just got back from a walk, and on the walk, it dawned on me just how beautiful this world is, and how much I have gotten out of even to the small degree that I do creatively attempt to depict some of that beauty in the art that I do. And then I thought to myself just how important my art has been to me, and how much in very real ways that it has saved my life and made me get so much more from my life than if I didn't have art in my life. Now, I'm not a professional artist. I didn't go to art school. There's been plenty of times that I've thought to myself, man, your art needs work. There's been times that I thought to myself that my art's not that good. And if I'm honest, there's even been times where I've wondered why I even bother. And yet, since I was a little kid, art has always been there, and it has been something that has always been important to me, and something that has gotten me through both great times and dark times. For the past while, I have been dedicated to doing some form of art every single day. And what I've found is that it has changed everything. Doing art every single day has changed my life. And what I've also found is that I've gotten so much better. And that's really something to say. I have found that through doing art every day, I've started to learn things about myself that I never knew before. I started to realize just how much there is that I can do with my art. There's days that it's a doodle, there's days that it's something intricate, there's days where I'm crunched for time, but I still do some art every single day. And in doing this every day for however long I've been doing it now, I realize just how much I love art. And I guess maybe the most important thing is it has made me realize how much I love art. It's made me realize how much I feel better about myself and about my art and about the world with art in it. And that's a pretty cool thing. I just have found that the more art that I do, the more days that go by that I continue to be dedicated to doing some kind of art every day, the more amazing things I see in the world. The more things I see that I'm like, man, I'd love to be able to paint that. I'd love to be able to draw that. How can I get those colors on that tree? How can I depict what it's like on this walk? And that's really something. You start to see your life with different eyes thanks to your art. When it comes down to it, I think that the most important thing that doing art every day, apart from just the satisfaction of filling sketchbooks, the most important thing that I've learned from this process is joy. Just the joy of putting color on that page and working it, and then working it some more, and then seeing what it looks like when you're done. And then what I do every day is I go back to what I did the day before and a few days before, and I'm always surprised just how much I love what I did. Even if that day when I did it, I was like, oh man, I don't have time, and I'm just trying to get this done, and whatever. And I do something, and it's done, and it's on the page. And then when I go back to it, I'm amazed at how good it is, and I'm amazed at what it means to me. I'm amazed at the joy of it. And this joy in doing art all the time makes me see things differently in the world. It makes me see things differently in myself. And I think most importantly, this process of dedicating every day to changing my life through art has made me have more compassion for myself. It's made me have more compassion for others. It's made me build compassion for all things around me. You know, and you might think, well, what do you mean? Well, I find myself, strangely enough, talking to birds. I find myself looking at the colors of leaves. I find myself watching bugs crawling on the ground. And this slow, gradual process of seeing the world through these new eyes that are, you know, inspired by the art of life, it builds compassion in me for everything. And most importantly, for myself, for my art, and for all those around me. And I have to wonder if that would be there if it wasn't for my art and for dedicating myself to this process. So you're watching this and you might think to yourself, what does this have to do with me? Well, hopefully you'll decide, I'm going to do art every day. I'm going to see how that goes. I'm going to dedicate myself to doing that. I'm going to get a sketchbook. I'm going to fill it up. I'm going to do that one sketchbook and see what it's like. And then what you're going to find is you wonder to yourself, after you fill a couple sketchbooks maybe, where you were before all of that. Because I think that sketchbook becomes a bit of a counselor, a bit of a Zen master, a bit of a sage on a mountain. And you're finding yourself through that. And you'll find that creativity is so important. And that creativity maybe is life itself. That image is life. And what you'll probably find after a while of being gentle with yourself, building compassion for yourself, seeing the world with better eyes, that art saved your life too. I hope it does. It's something to think about. And it's more importantly, it's something to get after and get doing. So, get yourself a sketchbook right now, today. You don't need special pens and pencils and things like that. Just use what you've got. And see what you can do. See what world opens to you. I think you're going to be amazed, and I think you'll be more amazed at how important that this little thing that you did when you were a kid can become right now. I know that it made a difference in my life. And I'm sure it's going to make a difference in yours. Take care of yourself. Just get doing it.